Hello class, Maureen Curry here. Just a reminder that the semester has begun, and I want to encourage you to log into the Canvas course, which you see here. Do begin posting to the discussions early and often to mark your attendance. But be sure you have posted an introduction to week 1 by Thursday midnight. Then go back in and respond to 2 classmates' posts by Saturday midnight. There will also be a written assignment this week, and do study the Canvas pages. Submit that by Saturday midnight. Right now, I want to point out that we are in the Canvas course, and you begin by the Welcome Orientation module and go through those pages. You'll find the syllabus here. It's also a place to ask questions of the instructor and your fellow students. And then if you scroll down, you'll be in Module 1. And you will begin to read the different pages in Canvas. And then as you scroll down further, you'll find the discussion boards where students introduce themselves, answer that prompt there. And then there's a second discussion board based on the readings this week. And 1.2 is a written assignment Saturday midnight. So if you don't have the textbook, do get started as soon as possible. There are versions, e-versions of the textbook for about $40 available from the publisher. So if you look online, you might find a used one or a clean version that's easier to in the pocketbook. So right now, I want to point out the importance of the elements of design. We'll start with the golden mean, which is a ratio or formula used to create pleasing designs of interior spaces. Proportions of a room are very important to the functionality and feel of the space. The golden ratio is applied in the height of the ceiling, which should never be greater than the width of a room. Furniture, if it's against the wall, should take up less than 60% of the width of the wall space. For accessories, should also be roughly 60% of the wall height, so where possible and where the size of the room allows for it. So using the golden mean is an extremely important tool for interior designers. Know the elements and principles of design important to design is space, lines, form, or shape, pattern, light, color, texture. Space is very important. An empty space gives a room a lofty, open feel. When there's no furniture, the air of the space is called negative space, and then the space that's occupied by furnishings is called positive space. Lines. Lines can be vertical, horizontal. The lines can affect the eye. The lines can lead the eye upward. Lines can be diagonal, zigzag, and be very dynamic. The elements of form and shape are also important for interior design. Lines produce a shape, which is called a form. Shapes can either be geometric or natural, curved. They can also be open or closed. So interior designers can mix and match shapes to create different moods, whether it be earthy, modern, warm, or cool. Pattern is also another important element in design. Patterns accentuate a certain part of the room. Patterns don't have to be married to the walls. They can be anywhere from the grain of wood to picture frames to drapes, pillows, etc. Light. Light is very important, very critical element. Light enhances and on certain surfaces and colors. Light can be directional or functional. Task lighting is important for areas for kitchens and desks. Lighting can affect how a space feels. Lighting can be also designed in a custom way, for placing of windows when you're doing a complete rebuild. Color and texture. Different colors inspire different feelings. Green suggests tranquility and peace. Red is more intense. Important to recognize the color palette you want to use in each space. As far as textures, there are two types of textures, visual and actual texture. A good designer can manipulate both to create a desired effect. This week we're going to begin evolution of styles from the 18th century onward. The Georgian style, we're going to look at that first, began in Britain and was carried to the colonies, America. This is very neoclassical. The Georgian style is very symmetrical, well-proportioned, simple yet substantial. It's timeless and uplifting. The style is named from the long dynasty of Georgian kings of England. And as I said before, it was embraced by the American colonies, especially in the southern plantation houses. The Georgian vocabulary often includes brick, strict symmetry, hip roofs, prominent chimneys, articulate corners, and door surrounds. Early entries were used surrounded with columns, pilasters, grounds, pediments, and transom treatments. Georgian style interiors. This is a period where we had famous craftsmen and designers such as Chippendale, the Adam brothers, and Sheridan. Finely crafted Chippendale mahogany furnishings were very popular. Upholstery was being used in different textiles. Luxury silver and sculpture was used. The interiors were suited for dining and taking tea. Goods usually were very expensive and intended for the elite until the coming of the Industrial Revolution. At this time, there was an expansion of urbanism, and materials and furnishings became more machine-made and readily available. In the 1980s, if you find a house built around that time, particularly back east, you might see a neo-Georgian revival style, one that's shown here. The Georgian style have many classical elements on furniture. Let's see, return to classical elements on chairs, tables, and storage units. A lot of curving lines, columns, and capitals. I don't know if you can see on this chest here, there's columns on each side. Pediments over doorways, triangular pediments, and you can see pilasters here. The Industrial Revolution brought about more of a mass production of furnishings, so this changed everything. Mass production, there was a lot of decorative items available, more available to the middle class, and interior design was no longer just a hobby and a privilege for the wealthy, but it became for the masses. So to begin the course, week 1 introductions, discussion board prompts, written assignment, be thinking about the commitment necessary to be an online class. Be in an online class. Remember, it's up to you to log in each week, but mainly mark your attendance on Thursday, midnight, by posting to the discussion board, and Saturday by completing the written assignments. So best wishes for the course, and I will see you on campus.